The first time that I fell in love with it, actually the first time I heard it, I actually didn't like it. And I thought, I thought it was really badly produced disco. That was my reaction to it. This is like really badly produced. It sounds distorted, it sounded whatever. And then one night I actually heard a DJ, Michel Simard, at this club called LetThereBeHouse.ca in St. Leonard, and he was playing the house music anthem, and he played the record for like 20 minutes. And it was the same record that I heard at Pure Music the day before, or the same day. And he just kept playing it, and it sounded amazing with the piano chords and the bass coming in and coming out, and the move your body part and everything. It just sounded amazing on the big system. And I was thinking to myself, okay, that's that record that I hated at the record store earlier today. So I went back the next day and I bought that and Chippy's, It's House, and Mystery of Love, Finger Thing, and playing a bit of everything. But then when I heard the Chicago type sound, then I got into it big time. The new wave and R&B clubs, the black clubs in Montreal, were the ones starting to play the house music as opposed to the mainstream clubs. I remember getting fired from a club on the South Shore because I was playing house music, and I was playing quite a bit of it, right? And this would be like in 86, 85, before it really got popular, like in the mainstream. And a lot of the R&B clubs like Checkers and Rendezvous were playing more. I don't think they were really calling it house because it's more like an underground funk kind of thing. So you'd hear stuff like Serious Intention and Anthony in the Camp. No, same group. But, you know, groups like underground groups or underground producers like that. So there was clubs like The Business, Playground, Royale, Cox. Man, there's tons of clubs that in the late 80s, early 90s that started playing a lot of that music. And that would be my first experience playing or partying to that type of music. I was looking for a place where I could hear house music, and someone told me about the Twilight Zone. And that was the spring of '87. So yeah, around the spring of '87, that was the first time I went to the Twilight Zone. And it was a similar vibe, and I felt at home, and it was much different from going to a club like the Spectrum, which was kind of like a mainstream club, but I was impressed with these clubs, the Spectrum and Twilight Zone. And Twilight Zone, I was hooked, totally. I was there every single week. When I went to Montreal, I'd go to places like Playground and Business and Royale and all of these clubs to hear the same music. But I mean, Montreal, I think there were more clubs that played the music as opposed to Toronto. Toronto, the focal point was the Twilight Zone, and then you had nights like Wednesdays at Diamond, which is now Phoenix. Sunday nights at the Copa, where they played popular music, and then after 1 o'clock they played house music for about an hour or two. Even in Scarborough, there was a place called Falcon's Nest. Yeah. It's on Midland. Falcon's Nest that would play the music, right? But you really had to search for it, and you had to search for people that were into it. But the Twilight Zone was the focus. Mainstream format, of course, you're playing hits that people know, that people want to hear. Very easy. It's that simple. Underground crowd, they don't necessarily want to hear the songs they know all the time, as long as they're more in depth to how the music sounds, how you're putting the music together, and that's more DJ for me. And when you're playing in a mainstream club, you're basically a jukebox. You're playing, and I'm not knocking it because I do it, and it's great. It's fun because I get to hear music that otherwise I just don't listen to. I get to hear music I don't listen to when I play in a mainstream club. So it's interesting to know what's going on out there in that world, right? In the underground world, it's easy to know because I'm in tune to it. When I wake up, I'm in tune to what's going on there. Playing underground music, you play how you feel, and hopefully people get it. Any club you're playing for the crowd. In many ways, doesn't matter. You're playing for the crowd. No matter what format it is, you're playing for the crowd, right? things are different because there's a movement of people that notice it and they're trying to do something about it, and that's great. Before, there were people not trying to do something about it. Now there's people. For those of you who are partying in the mid-90s, remember that on any given night, if you walk down the street, you could hear PT&S, or walk a couple of blocks and hear JMK, or walk down another couple of blocks and hear myself at KJ, or walk down another block and hear Kevin Williams, or you know what I mean? It stopped. That stopped for a long time, and now it's trying to come back. So it's great. It's amazing. I love it. It's coming back. Please, 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 let there be house forever.